There, watched the video feed we posted early this morning, and then went to the homepage to see where they put me, right? And right after Martin and Lewis in the Army, right? Dean Martin and Jerry Lewis, they had another one with a guy who looks like a cross between Matt Damon and the dude who plays the casino owner on Rock Johnson's and Knoxville's Walking Tall, right? And Zero. Yeah, don't forget Zero. Zero's on that movie too. Zero from Holes. Yeah, he's on that movie. Okay. Yes, he is. He plays like the little brother or something. So, we're sitting there and you're listening to this guy talk. You know, it's like, oh, Nate Reynolds. It didn't give me like PTSD or nothing. It's like, here we go again. I was in the service, so I've been around people like that. I also was an athlete and had to deal with coaches, you know, that are just intelligent and always right. And you're like, yeah, they're always right and intelligent. Yeah. And so, like sitting there, this woman's egotistical, then fire her. Okay, fire her. She needs a job. You're living the Lord's Prayer. There is no mission. Okay, anytime there's a mission, I've got a tough assignment for you. Move out, you're G.I. Joe. Look, it's Action Man. The reason why you have a mission, dun, 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 doo-doo-doo, you're still in the Christmas tree, which you should not be doing. Selling Christmas trees, you should not be doing either. Cutting down a bunch of pine trees and sending them off to be fire hazards in Maricopa County. What's wrong with you people? What about artificial trees? What about artificial trees? Let's all pretend we're Bavarian for one day out of the year in December. That's what we're doing, literally. Yeah, we really are. It's a celebration. The Germans turned Jesus' birthday. Okay. All evidence we have through documentation says that Jesus was born in July. Okay. He wasn't born in December. Okay. The Germans took Jesus' birthday and put it in December to correlate with the time of most need in Germany when people are at most need. So that's what they did. No, it's true. It's based off of a festival that the Germans did for thousands of years before Jesus was ever born. Yeah. Yeah. So it's fair dot. Yeah. So, yeah, all the evidence at the Vatican and all that stuff says Jesus was born in July. Okay. So it wasn't a cold night. It was a hot, and yeah, it was July. July is in the Middle East and in Tel Aviv, and isn't that in summertime? Summertime? Yeah, because it's this side of the equator. He wasn't born in South Africa, right? So, okay, because in South Africa, July is winter, you know. You know, the soccer team, no, it's rugby team. Sorry, rugby team that won the Rugby World Cup. You know, Matt Damon played the team captain and Morgan Freeman played the Idris Elba. The one guy that looked the most like, well, he didn't really look like him either. They haven't got an actor to play Nelson Mandela that looks like Nelson Mandela. Because Danny Glover didn't look like Nelson Mandela. Idris Elba doesn't look like Nelson Mandela. And Morgan Freeman don't look like Nelson Mandela. Okay. Nelson Mandela. Nelson Mandela looks like Nelson Mandela, but I'm sure they probably could have found somebody in South Africa that looks like Nelson Mandela. Maybe there would have been an actor that could have played him in a movie and say, wow, that looks a lot like they did with the Tupac Shakur kid. But who cares? There is no mission. Live the Lord's Prayer. So when you get people, okay, that say, you know, you're working with this egotistical person, you have to go handle the situation. Well, just, are you living the Lord's Prayer? Then you haven't handled the situation. Okay, are you living the truth of Proverbs? Then you haven't handled the situation. You're going to have situations all the time. You're going to be putting out fires because you start fires and you're not Smokey the Bear, son of a bitch. Now let that woman help you with your chains. Chain, 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 chain of fools. You have to tell people about themselves. If you don't tell people about themselves, you have to tolerate assholes like that and Manny Treviso and Whitey Kaufman and Jimmy Oliver. Okay? One of the best basketball coaches I ever had was a pimp. Okay? Yeah. Sure you want to play for those assholes? They're not going to let you do what you do good because it has to be their idea. That's what he used to say. They won't let you do nothing. They won't let you do nothing to be creative for your teammates and stuff like that. Coach Valley did. Coach Fine wouldn't. And then when I played in the game against the kids in Spokane, I didn't do a lot of spectacular stuff. I didn't really have to. I had good teammates. I had Bart, I had Chuck, I had Greg, and I had Lou Gisaro, and they were all pretty good basketball players. And Bart was athletic on the wing, and Greg and Chuck and Lou could hold their own in the post. They were all, we were in 8th grade, and Lou was 6'4", and Chuck was 6'3" and 215. And Greg was 6'2", and pushing out 200 pounds. So they were all pretty good post players. And then you had this spectacular slashing passer, and Bart was on the wing and could hit jump shots because I would draw 2 defenders because I could attack the lane so much. I hardly scored any points. I dropped a ton of dimes. But I didn't hardly score any points. But after the games, all the kiddos from the Spokane team came up and told me good game and what a good ball player I was. And I didn't believe him. I was like, well, we lost. It's like, yeah, but, Dad explained it to me. You just didn't, as a teenager and as a kid, you didn't understand the situation. But I did appreciate the respect from the other kids from Spokane. I just wish they could all sit down and talk to fucking Coach Fine, you fucking hypocrite. But after that, Coach Rico, the star center he said Coach Santos was excited about me and couldn't wait to get me to the high school and get me on the high school team. So I probably would have been on junior varsity or maybe even varsity by halfway through the season of my freshman year if Mom and Dad had stayed in Colville. But the thing about it was Dad was getting sick working at Alcoa. And so the choice between 3 more years of my dad getting killed by the chemical toxins at Alcoa to stay there and play basketball to go to the University of Idaho, I may have lost my dad from cancer before I lost my mom from cancer. Okay. Ralphie's Choice. Yeah, it's like Sophie's Choice, only it's for sadder because Meryl Streep's pretending and it's based off of stories, and my life isn't pretending and it's not based off of stories. Okay? They killed my mom off early because my mom understood me mentally, emotionally, and psychologically. It's hard for my dad to understand me because he believes in Constantine's book. My mom didn't believe in Constantine's book. She rejected it. She said there was too much fallacy in it to be real. And you couldn't believe it. And then she went to Eckankar. Yeah, and she dumped Eckankar too. Because they were wacky, and her son explained it to her. She read Talons of Time, Drums of Eck, and Talons of Time? What was the other one? There's another one. I can't remember. It was supposed to be about time travel and stuff. I said, you can't do that because this and that and that. I explained it to her. No, Mom. Well, because this doesn't like... So she's like, really? Yeah, I'm certain of it. Can't remember what the other one was. But Tiger's Fang, yeah. Tiger's Fang was based off of mythology, too. And she couldn't understand them because they were considered too complex. I was like, they're not complex. It's just a lot of the things that they're doing to appear intelligent are kind of like a Crichton novel gone wrong because it's got ego problems. I love you guys, all right? But as far as Never Back Down, that's just the Lord's Prayer. Psalms and Proverbs and Pillars of Faith and Life's Eternal and Grace is Infinite. That's the Never Back Down. There is no mission. Okay, guys? I love you very much. All right, peace out.